Hello, everyone. I'd like to say a few words about the forthcoming module that we're teaching. In this case, it's about the qualities of warmth and light. And when we speak about warmth or light, that could mean a number of different things. We could speak about warmth ether and light ether, but it could also be just warmth and light in a general sense as qualities. It could be the physical forces associated with warmth and light. You see, it's a big field, and generally speaking, these two forces, warmth and light, are some of the most fundamental windows into which we can actually look into nature and learn from nature. And then what we learn, we can take back into our lives and into our professional work, into our artistic practice, but also in terms of the insights that we can gain about ourselves and about the world. So, when we speak of warmth and light, what is the key quality that comes to mind? Surprisingly, with warmth, the key quality that warmth is connected with is the notion of time. That's a very unexpected connection, isn't it? But just think about it. What happens when you take warmth away from time? Now, that's an unusual thought, isn't it? But we can do that in an experiment. So, for instance, when we take our apples and pears and carrots, our vegetables, and we place them into the freezer, we put them right into the opposite of warmth in a freezing temperature. What happens? They are like suspended in time. All the organic processes, everything stops and comes to a halt. And the moment we bring them back out of this cold environment, all of a sudden time seems to start flowing again. Isn't it interesting? It's an interesting connection with warmth. Another interesting thing about warmth is it goes through everything. It permeates. You cannot stop it, which is very different to light, because light does not permeate in the way warmth does. Light reflects from the surfaces. And this is why light is connected with consciousness. Because you see, if we did not have something reflected towards us, we could not be conscious of it. Yeah? So light and consciousness belong together. And in the same way, light is connected with space. Rudolf Steiner says light is actually creating space. And that is a very unusual thought, isn't it? And how would that happen? How would light create space? I mean, apart from the fact that if it wasn't for light, we'd have absolutely no awareness of space. Everything we see all around us is because light is being reflected back to us, whether it's inside our room or whether it's out in the landscape. Wherever we go, without light, we'd have no experience of space. And then, of course, there's inner light. There's outer light, there's inner light. And our inner light is the consciousness that creates our inner space. And you see, these forces are archetypal forces. They work on an etheric level, on a physical level, on a spiritual level. And so when we start to learn to observe those forces in ourselves, in nature, in the world, that is very enriching. And that can help our artistic practice as well. Because you see, whenever we look at nature, we admire nature for her beauty. Everything seems to be meaningfully arranged and beautiful. And of course, the reason for that is because you have these very forces, warmth and light. But later on, when we'll be talking about sound ether and life ether, there are other forces that are coming in as well. But in this weekend, we focus on warmth and light. And these forces, these etheric forces, they each have a form signature that we can learn and experience. And you see, if we want to create beautiful things in life, in art, in architecture, wherever, it doesn't work if we just copy nature. We cannot copy nature because that's kitsch. That's nature. The purposes of nature are different to our purposes, but we can copy the forces of nature. So just like warmth and light work through nature. Once we understand how these forces work, we can incorporate them in our work, in our life, in our experience. And these are some of the themes we'll discuss this weekend. And you will experience it firsthand because my wife, Sue, she will do the exercises with you in drawing and clay modeling, so you can actually get a first-hand experience of the great difference there is between warmth and light, and how incredibly meaningful and profound these forces are once we begin to develop a closer connection and a closer understanding of it. So I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.